For us, it is an honor to have you around here. Our wish is that the secrets of the sages of ancient India, taught by the renowned yogi Sadhguru, be a powerful tool of self-transformation in your inner journey. Get to know our yoga course by clicking on the link that is in the description of this video and learn more.
This is the last few years of my life. So, being with a guru does not mean you sit around him and hold on to his feet all the time. He needs to walk too. He likes to walk, this one at least, okay? So, being in physical presence unfortunately is misunderstood, and many times it's been the downfall of people being in close proximity, because proximity gives you access to the person and you get involved in the person and the personality and you forget why you have come. In a classic way, this happened to Ananda Tirtha. You have heard of this, most of you, but all of you know the story. Hey, these girls want to hear the story again, so there's no… Ananda Tirtha was in relationship, actually Gautama's elder brother, cousin brother, but elder brother. In this culture, those days, even today in many families, a father or an elder brother are seen as reasonably equal. And if your father or your elder brother says something, you cannot say no to it. So, Ananda got the urge to take sannyas from Gautama, he wanted to become his monk. But before that, he thought it is a smart idea and put a condition. He came to Gautama and said, see, tomorrow I will be initiated. Once I am initiated as your sannyasi, then you are my guru, I am the disciple. I can't tell you anything. So now as an elder brother, I command you that no matter what you do, one thing is you can't send me away. Physical distance not possible. I also have but I never promised anybody anything, so I'm okay. Physical distance not possible. Gautama said, see, I know you are my elder brother, but what you are doing is not a wise thing. It will not work this way. Don't make… You're taking a huge step in your life, don't make it conditional like this. Ananda said, no, it doesn't matter, I know what I'm doing. I'm your elder brother, I'm telling you, you can make me do anything, but you can't send me away from you. I will always be around you. Gautama said, well, if that's your way, all right. So many things we have heard about Gautama, we know only because of Ananda Tirtha, because he kept on writing down notes, what all he did. The guy of how Gautama comes out of bath and wears his robe, that also he writes down. This is how he wears his robe. Suppose he struggled one day with his robe, he will write that down. He was struggling with his robe, maybe he's not enlightened. If a clothing is stitched in a certain way, even if you're enlightened, a little struggle will happen. Sometimes to wear it, sometimes to take it off, there is a struggle. He stretched it to extreme limits even when he wanted to go and meet Yashodhara, his wife, who he had abandoned 8 years before. And a young infant boy and his wife, he had left in the night like a thief without telling them. So he felt he owes them an apology, and so after 8 years, he wants to go back and tell her something. And he tells Ananda, see, I'm going to meet my wife, but now I am not that man, she's not my wife, but in her mind I'm still her husband. So there could be some situations, and above all, she's a proud woman, she will not like you coming with me. Ananda said, you promised. Gautama said, okay. So he went there and Yashodhara saw he has come with one more sannyasi to meet her. She flew into a rage and gave him the works, but he was there witnessing and writing down. But when Gautama attained Mahaparinirvana, when he attained and he left, only those disciples who were considered enlightened were allowed to come in. When he is just about to leave rather, he is lying down because he was poisoned and he knows he will leave. So he is lying down like that and he wants to say a few things, and he said, only those who will understand what I am speaking, let them come. And they stopped Ananda outside on the steps. So he spoke for a few minutes and then he left. Ananda sat on the steps outside the door and cried bitterly. Why? I was with you all your life. Every step I was there. Why I am left out like this? So the other disciples also felt bad. So before Gautama left, they asked him, why Ananda missed it? We came much later than him, we got what you are saying, how come he didn't get it? Gautama, supposed to be an embodiment of compassion, has cruel words to say. He said, a spoon cannot taste the soup. Spoon is immersed in the soup, but it can never know the taste of the soup. So, being with a guru does not mean just hanging on to him. It means that everything in you is inclined towards the purpose of what he is. Well, this is the last few years of my life, the very last few years of my very being. And these few years, we will ignite a global movement towards raising human consciousness. I also want to settle my debt to Adiyogi, I don't want to die in debt. So I will do a few things for him because he's been my very breath. Nothing would have happened without that. So I have some debts to settle, I will also settle that. This is… raising human consciousness means moving humanity from blind belief systems to a more conscious and responsible existence. This is the only way forward. This is the only way forward. From religion to responsibility, this needs to happen. It needs to happen in this generation because the way individual human beings are getting empowered, nations are getting empowered, overall humanity getting empowered, we can become like cancerous cells for this world. We already are in many ways if we don't get it. A cancerous cell, our own cell turns against us. Right now, the life on this planet has turned against the planet. Not the other lives, only us as human beings. Not because we don't know what to do, because we are not conscious enough, responsible enough. We are eating up our own source of our very existence. We are eating it up in such a way that future generations will have a hard time to exist. So this change needs to happen in the next 15 to 25 years. Otherwise, it will happen with great suffering. It will happen, I'm sure about that. It's just that if you want it to happen without enormous suffering for humanity and for all other life, it's time to do it. See, everybody is talking… Today you see in Europe, America, it's happening. It'll come everywhere. We're talking about something as simple as forest fire. Oh, forest is burning, go and put it off, do this, do that, make airplanes like water tanks and drop it, do this, do that. We are thinking, oh, our homes may get burnt. But what you need to understand is, we are wiping out trillions of lives, just like that, without whom we cannot exist. We're just burning them up. If 1,000 hectares of forest got burnt, maybe trillions and trillions of organisms are dead, who are the basis of our life. We are not the basis of their life, they are the basis of our life. But unfortunately, this is happening, it's just not the forest fire. We say war, we say development, whatever we say, everything that we are talking about and doing is largely a disastrous process. This can only be corrected if human beings become more conscious and more responsible existence on this planet. This is the only way forward. We need to make this happen. Let's make it happen. And every one of you, wherever you are, in whichever way you can, in every possible way you can, strive to make this happen. We will be organizing various processes towards this.
What is success in your school, maybe later in your university, later in your work? It's happening to people, maybe not everyone, but to a whole lot of people. Their commitment to success is weak. They want to succeed, they will take 3 steps, then something little interesting happens here, they will go away here, they'll go away there, they'll go away there. Hey, I want to live, huh? Their commitment to success is weak. Either situations around them in some way, situations can impede you from doing what you're doing very easily. Many times it happens to everyone. But when this happens, people weaken their commitment for their success. Maybe physically, they'll feel little weak, they will weaken their commitment to success. Maybe their emotions slosh around a little bit, they will weaken their commitment to success. This is very successful either in music, sport, art, business, spiritual process, doesn't matter what. Those people never know when they ate, when they slept, when they got afternoon rest. I've not seen such a thing in my life. So, those who are committed to being successful with whatever they're doing, one important aspect of their life is they're not settling down wherever it's a bit comfortable. Because comfort will happen when they lower you to in the grave, very comfortable you are, Have you seen how comfortable they are? Once they're dead, if you throw them there also they're comfortable, if you lower them they're comfortable, even if you burn them. Right? Yes or no? Comfort will come. Right now, it's about ensuring that there is profoundness of experience and there is impactfulness of activity. Because If they had given you a limitless amount of time, you could do all those things, nothing wrong. I'm not against them. If your idea of success is you're doing little better than your neighbor, I call that sickness. That is not success. You are happy that your neighbor is worse than you. Is this sickness or success? It is sickness. But in some way you feel fulfilled with what you're doing, let's consider that as success for now. It doesn't matter whether you're better than somebody or worse than somebody, that question should not even come up in your mind. But in some way you feel you're using yourself fully and there's a certain sense of fulfillment in your activity. Well, if you're capable of just closing your eyes and simply sitting without any activity, that's fantastic. But you cannot do that. You cannot do that right now in the states that you are. You can't simply close your eyes and become still. Instead of being busy, you will become preoccupied. That doesn't mean you're improving, that means you're regressing in some way. The problem about this success is people always making judgments, I did this, I did that, maybe this didn't work, maybe that's a mistake, that's a mistake. There's no such thing in life. See, at one time you were a monkey, all right? This is not me, this is that Englishman, you know. Charles Darwin said, you were all monkeys. At one time you were a monkey, just a brief while.
It's a slow release process, you will not feel hungry for long periods of time.
Don't have to control yourself.
If you just take care of this,
you can cut down your food by 50% or even 70%, still maintain the same body weight.
shifting at least 50% to millet diet, even if you cannot go 100% because of travel and other things, even shifting 50%, you will see three things. One thing is your general health and level of energy will be way higher than what you're experiencing right now. Next thing is, you can consume much less food and still be energetic and maintain your weight levels. Your sugar values will not go up suddenly, it's a slow release process, and with less food, you will not feel hungry for long periods of time, which is a very good thing to do.
See, there is a tendency in many people that if they have nothing to do, eating will simply happen continuously through the day. That is something you must avoid. It is better that you make at least 30 to 40% of your diet into fruits, vegetables and nuts and legumes and other kinds of things, so that the cooked food that you eat, which generally needs a certain level of physical activity, otherwise it sits in you, and also naturally it will push you towards increasing your weight and those kind of issues. This is not something to consult anybody, this is something to become conscious of. It is a simple common sense that if you're not using your body, naturally the amount of food that you consume has to come down. This doesn't mean you're dieting, this doesn't mean you're controlling something, no. It is natural instinct of the body itself is like that if you put in lot of activity, you consume more food, if you do less activity, you consume less food.
So in the yogic system, always the minimum gap between one meal and the next meal should be 8 hours. If 8 hours is not possible for you, I would say for most human beings, 5 to 6 hours is a must. Otherwise, you are inviting something bad to happen to you in terms of your physical health for sure. So, this 8 hours gap is something we always maintain. As you know, in the yoga center, we eat at 10 in the morning and 7 in the evening. So the next meal is only 10 o'clock in the next morning. So naturally, it is about 13–14 hours have passed before you have the next meal. And in between, there is a lot of physical activity, sadhana, variety of processes. So, if you just take care of this, that you know for your height what is the weight and your muscle tone how it should be, if you manage this, how much you should eat, you decide. It is not something there has to be a prescription for everything, it is just that sensible eating. You don't eat whenever food comes in front of you, you don't do compulsive eating.
You eat when you feel the body needs to eat for its energy and its maintenance of the system.
You take this much of groundnut, soak it overnight. Either you just eat it as it is, chew and eat, it's best. If you have teeth, chew and eat. If you don't have, put it in a blender, put one banana, if necessary, one spoon of honey, drink this. So you just go do this kind of diet, train the body to consume this. There's necessary protein, this, that, everything. If you have honey, one fruit and groundnut, just make sure it's a more organic thing. You have enough to sustain. Another way in India means we would just say one coconut and that much honey, taken care of, nothing else. Just the body is fine, you won't lose weight, especially if you eat this much groundnut, you will not lose weight.
If you're doing yoga, definitely excess weight will go, because it not only is it functioning as an exercise, it rejuvenates the system and it brings so much sense into you that you will not overeat. It's not because somebody is telling you to go on a diet. Once a certain level of awareness arises in your body becomes such, it will just eat what is needed for it, it will not eat anything more. You're not controlling or regulating your life in any way. See, the big difference is, if you do some other exercise, dieting processes, all this, you're always trying to control yourself. With yogic exercises and yogic practices, you don't have to control yourself, you just do the discipline. It brings a totally different norm into you, that it just takes care of the system in such a way that it will not allow you to eat more, it will not allow you to do anything in excess.
If you watch the natural cycles of the body, once in every 11 to 14 days, the body would like to go without food one day. Based on this natural cycle, once in one mandala, that is one mandala is 40 to 48 days, in these 48 days, 3 days will happen where your body does not need food. If you're conscious, you will see on that day you don't want to eat. Do you see even dogs and cats have this sense? On a certain day they don't want to eat, have you noticed this? If you're not conscious of these things, because those things are gone from human life for the people, so that is why generally in India traditionally is fixed every Ekadashi, the 11th day of the lunar cycle, you don't eat. It is fixed so that 3 times in one mandala you do not eat. That is like a thumb rule. That's not the best way to do it. If you're conscious, you don't eat on that particular day when the body is not asking for food is the best way to do it. But if you want to fast, it's very important that your body is prepared with a certain sadhana, certain amount of, enhancement of energy. Otherwise, when the body is longing for food, if you deprive it, the body will struggle. Instead of simply depriving yourself of food, it's good to go on, let's say, a juice diet, vegetable and fruit juice diets, or the ash god, Ash god juice is a great thing. Ash god, lemon and little bit of honey, just going on 2-3 days on just this is a great cleanser and a great rejuvenator of the body. So, 1 day in a month or 2 days in a month, just going on that instead of simply fasting. After some time, if you drink 1 glass of juice in the morning, you don't feel like drinking anything till evening, just water is doing fine with you without any suffering in the body, then it's okay to fast. You just take care of water and food. The food that you eat, how you treat it. When food arrives in front of you, you treat it well because it has memory. You will see if you treat it well, you can cut down your food by 50% or even 70%, still maintain the same body weight, still maintain enormous level of activity and still…
Is largely because we are attributing our experience to various things. Karma means action, action means my doing. So, my life is my karma essentially means I am the maker of my life.
So, this book explores step-by-step possibility of how you can take charge of your destiny, how you can craft your destiny by being conscious about various levels of karma that you perform in terms of physical activity, mental activity, emotional and energy activity. Karma is being accumulated. If you bring the light of consciousness into these aspects, how this can be transformed, the methods and the possibilities and the consequences of this. This is what the book explores. It's my wish and my blessing that every human being should be able to craft their own destiny.